Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. This is a special Thursday night edition. I was just watching the NCAA tournament and I figured just drinking a couple beers before I go to sleep. I'm not going to stay up for the late games, but just watching the early evening games and decided I'd sneak a review or two in there. So this one that I have tonight is from Bell's Brewery, which I know a lot of people don't really care about Bell's anymore, but I still think they make great beer. And they were really a leading brewery at the time I started getting into craft beer about 10 years ago. Two Hearted was one of the best IPAs you could get back then. When Hop Slam came out, it was just so much better than everything else available. Now they've kind of fallen behind the times, but I also just really like to try anything new that they do. The last beer they did before this one, the last new beer, was Arabacadabra, which I actually thought it was pretty good. It was just a coffee milk stout, but for how cheap it was like $1.35 a bottle. I thought it was pretty good. So this one is called, I think this just came out like 2-3 months ago. It's kind of odd to debut this kind of beer in the winter, but it is what it is. It's called Larry's Latest Sour Ale. So basically, it says Kettle Sour Kettle Soured Ale with a dry hop burst. So Kettle Sours can be really hit or miss in general for me, but if anyone's gonna pull it off, it'll be these guys. Plus, I just love like tart hoppy stuff, so that's kind of what brought me to this. And this one's like a month and a half old, so the hop should still be pretty fresh. It is 5% ABV, so nothing big, just something that I'm hoping is pretty refreshing that I would like to drink by the pool or something like that. So they also do pounder cans of this, but I just got the 12 ounce in case I didn't like it. Then I only have 12 ounces instead of 16. But if I do like it, then I'll probably just buy the pounder cans. So let's crack this open and see what we got. Oh, I guess this is a nice Michigan video. I got my Founder's glass and my Bell's beer. It does feel like 10 years ago. Okay. I swear when I got this glass, they said this could hold up to 20 ounces, which obviously isn't the case. I mean, that's fine. I still really like the glass. I don't need a 20 ounce glass anyways, but I'm not a big fan of false advertising either. Okay. So let's see what we got. It is. You can see through it, but it is a little bit cloudy. It's definitely not completely translucent. But it's darker straw to gold color, maybe even a darker gold. The pretty fluffy, lasting white head. It's looking like so. So the aroma is, I honestly don't know how to describe it, because to me, there's a certain aroma when hops meet sour beers, and it just, I don't know what it is. Like, it doesn't really necessarily smell like an IPA, and it doesn't really smell like a wild beer either. It kind of just has its own aroma. Like, the best explanation I can think of is if any of you guys have had Goza Gone Wild from Stillwater, which is such a good beer. I would recommend that to anyone, by the way. I haven't seen that down here, but I know I've seen Stillwater stuff, so I'm sure it's around somewhere. But maybe I've only seen it because it was collabs with other breweries. I don't know. Anyways, it's kind of a mix between like Brett, a little bit of a tropical hop character, and a little citrusy too. Yeah. There's a little bit of grain character as well. We'll see what it tastes like. It's not bad. It's kind of disappointing to me only in the realm that, like, the hops are not very pungent, which is fine. They don't need to be. But it's not that sour either. It's not that tart where I get like that thirst quenching tart character that I would get from like that Goes Gone Wild that I was talking about. I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it. I mean, it's a very clean beer. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not really what I was looking for. I think the problem is, too, it seems like it's a little under attenuated, which doesn't really make sense for Bell's, but there's just a little bit of added sweetness that I wouldn't have expect. I mean, it's not sweet like stout sweet, but I wish it was a little more dry and tart. And I think that sweetness is what's kind of really crushing the hop flavor really more than anything. I mean, it doesn't taste old. Excuse me. I can get the hop character in it. And I get the little bit of tartness. I will say that for like a kettle sour, a lot of them have that weird like butyric acid, like stomach acid flavor. This does not have that at all. So I mean, it's really good in that. I mean, it's very well brewed technically, but it's not necessarily the flavor that I'm looking for in this style of beer. I just wish it was a little more tart and a little more hop, a little more dry, a little more hop forward. So just a little bit more of a couple different things that would make it stand out. Because to me, I don't want to say it's bland. It's not bland. I mean, it doesn't taste like a blonde ale or anything, but it's just kind of dull in all the elements that make me love this kind of beer. So, but it's well rounded and it's easy to drink. I mean, I could definitely drink this, and I will say this was pretty cheap. So I mean, if I could get a thing of pounder cans for like $10, I wouldn't mind just drinking it as an easy drinker in the summer. And the other thing that I like about this better than like the Gozes with hops in it is I don't like that they put salt in Gozes because like I don't know, it's just I don't like putting salt in beer. It's just extra sodium. I think it's kind of stupid. So this doesn't have that. It's just a little tart with some hops in it. Yeah, I mean, the more I drink it, the more I'm liking it, to be honest. Because it is easy to drink. I just wish it had a little more oomph on that, on the tart and the hop character. But it is really drinkable, and if you don't like really sour stuff, but you just want a refreshing, slightly hoppy, just like a little beer with a little tang to it, I think you would really like this. I wouldn't say go out of your way to trade for it or anything, but if it's available in your area, which I'm sure that's the case for most people watching this because Bell's is pretty much all over the place now. I would pick it up and give it a try at least. I mean, it's only probably you could get it for like $2 a bottle or something. And I'm really thinking what I want to rate this because I'm going to give it a buy it only because of the price. If this was more expensive, I'd probably only say drink it. But considering how cheap it is, I don't feel that I got ripped off for this bottle, and I'm probably going to go back and try it again. If I just want something refreshing, I like that it's 5%, pretty simple ABV, so. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this guy. I'm glad I got a chance to try it. And I might throw one or two more reviews up tonight, depending on what I drink. If I'm doing this one, please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. And I look forward to doing the next one. Thank you.